Thanks very much. I haven't got a speech wrote for this evening. Over the last 5 years, I got to work with Catherine as a colleague. I spent 4.5 years next door to her in an office, and I heard when I was in about 6 months she was a clinical psychotherapist, so I wanted to stay away from her. And okay, it actually gets worse. I'm only messing. She'd never take the lift with me. She'd always walk the stairs. I found out last year she was a mother of 2. It took me years to get to know her, funny enough. She's a bit like myself. She'll talk about politics and everything else that goes with it, but she's a very private person. And one of the ushers commented to Catherine last week, and we were talking about it over a cup of tea, and that's how we got to know each other, was through the cups of tea, cups of coffee, and for Catherine, I think it's more carrot cake. For me, it's cheesecake, and many, but she keeps me grounded as a politician, as an independent politician. She keeps me grounded. And talking about politics, I need to thank the Greens, Labour, Sinn Féin, the Soc Dems and People Before Profit and other independents for coming together. And I have to say this, I don't believe for a minute that this is the left uniting, etc. I believe that Catherine united us. United Sinn Féin, Labour, Sinn Féin, Labour, the Greens, Soc Dems. So this was Catherine that did this. And I know from the Shannon election, you have to be a unique person. So already, Catherine Connolly has shown her leadership to us by being able to get people to work with her. And I don't believe for 1 minute Catherine wants to be the voice of the underdog. I believe Catherine to listen to the underdog. An usher said to me last Thursday, after speaking to Catherine has time, Eileen, he said, for the nobodies. And this was last Thursday. I was going home to Donegal. Baveen from Catherine's office rang me the week before last and said, Eileen, will you be the first one to sign Catherine's nominee paper? I was so overwhelmed, yeah, of course I will. And I remember going up to the office, I was shaking, right? So anyway, I signed my name. My father said, you were a great scholar once you could do the X, right? But anyway, I did Eileen Flynn, then I did the block, and I said, what house are you in? And I'm like, oh God, help me. I can't spell it, right? So I went completely, just blind. I was like, I can't spell it. So I looked and I felt so embarrassed. I said, Catherine. She goes, what? Spell Shannon. Right? But Catherine made me feel that I wasn't stupid because, people, I do have dyslexia and trying to hide away from it, but I was caught in the office beside her, and she said to me, there's enough of people out there putting themselves down, and for me, over the last 5 years, while a lot of people in this room would know Catherine for her true to politics, for me, I know her as a friend as well, and I will say she's as stubborn as a friend as she is at politics, right? Because just even in the green room a few minutes ago, I met a comment and she's like, I didn't ask you for your opinion. So she's very, but I will say, for Catherine, she does speak truth to power. And Bernadette Devlin, another woman that I look up to in politics, her quote is, we're born into an unjust world. We're not meant to grow up in an unjust world. And for me, the president is someone that can represent us all. My father used to say to me, Lord mercy upon him, Eileen, you can mix with rough and smooth. And I think Catherine can mix with rough and smooth as well. I actually do. She meets people where they're at. And I think with Catherine, we will get exactly what it says in the tin. When I was 6 years of age, I met Mary Robinson in a refuge in Rathmines with my mother. And I'll never forget that. My daughter is now 6, and a few weeks ago we were looking through some of the photos and I was talking to her about the presidential election, and I had a photo with Gerry Adams and Mary Lou and all these brilliant change makers. And Billy looked at me, so Mammy, what are you going to be when you grow up? No, honest to God, no lie. And I was like, oh, God. I'd like to still be a politician, Billy. What would you like to be? And she goes, pointing at Catherine, I want to be, and it just brought me back to that moment. If Catherine was president, we would future-proof our future generation. Somebody that will listen to the young people, somebody that will listen to those and the margins of society and will go to those wee events that don't get the publicity, etc. For me, Catherine Connolly is a true candidate for the presidential role, and I believe she'd have no problem. She won't ask him for his opinion or anything of the sort, speaking and saying to Trump he's welcome or whatever else that goes with it. But she won't, again, she could represent all of us in this country, very elegant and respectful as well. Just one last thing before I go. The Irish language is very important. I haven't got any words in Irish really, but I will say with Angus O'Snuddick and Catherine Connolly, I've been to a few Irish events and they've been the translators, so they're telling me back in English what's going on, you know. But I still go. And with Catherine, I never felt out of place because I didn't know Irish. You know, I never felt less because I didn't know Irish. And while the Irish language is very important to Catherine and very important to all of us here in this room, you know, she don't make those of us who don't speak Irish feel any less. And let's not forget, Catherine was the last Cam Collier of the Dáil, the first ever woman to take that title. So I think that also shows Catherine's leadership as well. So I would say to people, not only donate to the campaign, which is really important, I would say go out on the 24th and vote. And bring another person with you. Bring one person with you, next door neighbour, go and make plans to go and vote, because you know something, people think working class people like us don't vote and politics don't impact on us. We're clever. My little girl, we were playing chess a few weeks ago and she said to me, oh Mammy, she said, my first time to play chess, you're cleverer than what you think. Right? I swear to God. And for me, I just want to say that if we were to bring one person with us, you know, we're making sure that 2 of us has voted. So again, I am begging of you from the bottom of my heart, in a very scary world, please, please, please get beside Catherine and behind her. She's exactly what you say in the tin.